What's up everyone, Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl that Bitcoin.
Okay, now before we dive into the news, I want to remind you, please do check out my website, btcsessions.ca. There you can book your own BTC session with me. We can talk about Bitcoin, learn about wallets, how to do proper security, really anything you like. Just fill out the form located on the main page. Also, if you'd like some BTC Sessions swag, you can do that over at my Teespring link, also downloaded down below, and you can adorn yourself with some ugly shirts. But let's move on to the news. The markets are insane today. It's crazy. I'll give this a quick refresh here, but everything's up, everything's exploding. Bitcoin is up close to 8%, everything else is way up. And this actually all started with Litecoin. Litecoin is up 29, at one point it was up 31% on the day, which is insane. And what sparked all this? Well, actually, first let's take a look at the market here. A couple things I like. I like that Litecoin flipped or flapped Bcash again. That's always a nice feeling. And it's funny, the top three here are I mean, Bitcoin is obviously way ahead of everything, but the top two, XRP and Ethereum, are pretty close in market cap, and they could kind of swap at any point. And Ethereum is gaining quite a bit on XRP here now. It's up about 13.5%, while XRP is only up around 7%. So could we see a reflipping there? Maybe, we'll see. They're not too far off, about 400 million separating them, so I guess we'll see. Litecoin and EOS are pretty damn close, so that could swap back and forth at any time. Again, Bcash is right in there with them, and then Tether never really moves that much. It's more so the coins moving around it as they lose and gain market cap. And then you get into the bottom few here. The one thing I'm really happy to see down here is that Bitcoin SV is not in the top 10, and I hope it continues to drop further down the list. In fact, I will feel a great amount of relief when any Bitcoin with a suffix attached to it is just well out of the top 10, because then the age of I guess brand hijacking in crypto will hopefully be done, and we can get back to just the regular flippening talk where somebody says they're the next Bitcoin without having Bitcoin in their name. Ugh, so sick of it. Anyways, why was Litecoin pumping? Well, it could have been something related to this. Now, obviously, this article from Bitcoinist was a little bit earlier on, before the further 20% jump. At the time of this article, only 10% up. But there was talk of adding mimblewimble privacy to Litecoin. So this would essentially be an extension block on Litecoin, which allows you to swap your regular Litecoin for a mimblewimble privacy version of Litecoin in and out of it, so you can privately move it around and then bring it back out and allow yourself total privacy, more or less, with mimblewimble. So talk of implementing that was probably a driving factor in some of this, but who really knows? Everything is pretty unpredictable in crypto, and I mean, you look, the entire market is up on this. So did Litecoin kick that off? I don't know. Is the entire market being totally irrational right now? Is it ever not? So I guess we'll see, but in the words of Vitalik when he was talking to Bitcoin Cash, congrats on this. Seriously. Moving on. Okay, now this was another article I found on Bitcoinist that I enjoyed. They're talking about Lightning Network beating Apple Pay when it comes to merchant onboarding. So Anthony Pompliano was talking about Lightning Network and was talking about how quick it was, and he wanted somebody to kind of do a study on how quick it was in relation to other payments, Visa and MasterCard, stuff like that. So these were tested by Thor, and so he went and checked out a few things. He checked out actual transaction time and setting up an account, and also checked out the onboarding of merchants. So when it came, he did check out MasterCard, debit card with Apple Pay. He checked out Wallet of Satoshi, which I have done a video on. I'll link that down below and in the cards. And he checked out Blue Wallet, which has both custodial and non-custodial options for Lightning Network, which I've also done a video on. So the debit card with Apple Pay was pretty damn quick. I've got to say it took him about 5 minutes to get on, including the KYC necessary with that. Now the KYC, not great, but it was quick at least, and that's what he was measuring here, speed. So from setup, basically under 5 minutes. Wallet of Satoshi came in around the same time. So from setup, getting everything ready to go, and being able to send and receive payments pretty quick. So on par with Apple Pay. And again, it is a custodial solution with Wallet of Satoshi, meaning they're actually holding your Bitcoin for you. They're just enabling you to utilize the Lightning Network. Wallet of Satoshi, I should note, also does require KYC if you're going to buy with fiat. If you're just using Bitcoin, not necessary, but if you're actually looking to buy Bitcoin via their service, then yes, you will need that. Now, Blue Wallet custodial version was also pretty quick, but when it came to the non-custodial version where you run your own node, that's pretty tech heavy and it takes quite a bit more time. Now, what about sending payments? He examined how long sending the payments took. Now, Apple Pay is actually a couple seconds faster than Wallet of Satoshi to send a payment. So it is quicker, but really not that much different. And also, Wallet of Satoshi is brand new, and optimizations can still be made from here. So odds are that that couple second difference is going to be eliminated over time. Now, where this really was noticeable was actually onboarding merchants. Merchants, no matter what, if you want to accept credit cards and other forms of payment like debit, it's going to take time to get an actual merchant terminal to you, and that it's days faster to use something like Wallet of Satoshi or Blue Wallet, just because it's instant. It's an application, you download it and you're set and you're good to go. So for merchants, if you're looking for setup, this is a reason why you might consider at least accepting these, because it's not going to cost you anything to accept it, and the setup is very, very quick. So all in all, this is pretty positive, especially given that Lightning is so new. Remember, it only launched on mainnet as of March 15th, 2018. So it's been less than a year. The capacity of the network has exploded. The number of wallets popping up, solutions for people to use, is exploding. And not only that, but options for running your own node are continuing to increase as well. I've done a lot of videos and stuff like the Casa node. I'll link that down below as well. But Wallet of Satoshi and Blue Wallet are alternatives for people that may not want to run their own node, while Blue Wallet does give you both options, custodial and non. So worth looking into. Let's move on to the last story here. And this one, we've been talking about Quadriga a lot, but there's just a lot coming to the surface here. And until this is fully resolved, I think it's worth mentioning. So from the Wall Street Journal, an expert claims that the QuadrigaCX funds, meaning their cold storage, their crypto storage, they're not stuck, but just fully missing. So a couple things here. So those not filled in, and if you're not filled in, are you living under a rock? QuadrigaCX, what at one point was the largest online Bitcoin exchange in the country, in Canada I'm talking about, has basically gone under. The website is shut down. Funds are locked up in third-party services. I'm talking about fiat dollars. But more or less the founder passed away while in India, and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crypto are essentially locked up because he died with sole access to the private keys to that money. Supposedly, because a number of people are investigating this. So James Edwards, he's a cryptocurrency analyst doing research on Zero Nonsense. He reviewed the publicly available transactions of the exchange and essentially found zero evidence that the exchange controlled any of the wallets that it claimed. So his quote here, "It appears there are no identifiable cold wallet reserves for QuadrigaCX," which is insane. So they're saying that they have all of this crypto, but it's just locked up because the founder passed away and there's no keys to access it. But this guy is saying the money's not there at all. It doesn't matter if you had the keys access nothing, there's no money. So there, and he's not the only other one. So the CEO of crypto exchange Kraken, Jesse Powell, he's been tweeting, this was on February 2nd. He said the story was bizarre and frankly unbelievable. He even suggested that the RCMP contact his exchange to sift through the thousands of wallet addresses known to be owned by Quadriga. Yeah, and then still another one, Elementus Group CEO Max Galka, he said it's extremely likely that there aren't any cold wallets. So everything here that all of these independent researchers are looking at seem to point to the fact that the money is just not there at all. There's nothing to be found, which is crazy. Again, people, my heart goes out to anybody that had money on Quadriga, especially those of you that may have just been, buying in and were planning on withdrawing relatively quickly and you just kind of got stuck in the middle. But regardless of whether that was the case or whether you made the mistake of leaving funds on in exchange for an extended period of time, please, even if it hurts, take this as a lesson. Please do take the time to understand how to get control of your private keys, how to hold your money yourself, and ideally how to put it into cold storage via something like a Trezor or a Ledger or whatever other method. Anything would just be so much more secure than leaving it with a third party and having to trust them. Because again, at one point, Quadriga was the place to go in Canada to go and buy your Bitcoin. And this most trusted exchange is now more or less completely insolvent, and it seems like the money is just not there. So please take that and use it to your advantage and move forward with proper security. We're still very early in this, and I know it hurts to lose money, but take that time, do yourself a favor, because even if you got hurt this time around, in the future you can prevent it from happening again. And with that said, I will thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys again tomorrow. No, I won't. I will see you on Monday for the BTC sessions.